In support of the national strike, a group of students from different institutions of higher and technical education held a peaceful march through the street of the department. With banners and chants, students called for respect for life during the protests that take place in major cities across the country.
What
motivated us to go out to the streets, since we have been doing this since April 28th? First was the introduction of the tax reform that was known to be a disastrous measure, because it was based on putting more taxes on the middle class, because the rich were not touched. Apart from that, we are also protesting about local problems. We know that health in the archipelago is terrible. We want more support for education. Many of those who are here are students. We also want to invite adults not to stigmatize us.
In a process of reflection, after sitting a lot to dialogue, we realize that this will not affect us. Sometimes we islander people are apathetic because we believe that as we are far away, those decisions that are taken at the central level will not affect us. In fact, they have shouted it to us in the street. Why are we marching if none of that will affect us? It will not be reflected, but they do not know how wrong they are. You cannot be indifferent to the situation in the country. They are killing young people. That because we are on San Andres doesn't mean that we don't belong to Colombia. It does not mean that I wake up every day watching the image of dead bodies in rivers and I do not feel like crying. I do not feel like indignation. I do not feel like screaming. They are fighting. Here we are few, but at least we are accompanying them, and here we are not well. They stole the sea from us quietly. Everything happens quietly. It goes on and nobody says anything. It is time for us to stand up for our rights.
During the protest, members of the Ombudsman Office accompanied the students. There were also traumas in the flow of vehicles, a situation that was attended by the blue traffic agents.